type or ether type field in Ethernet frame. This field is used to identify the network layer protocol whose packet the Ethernet frame is encapsulating and transporting. I am going to explain this concept using a simple real-world example. For this, I'll take a pickup truck. The task for the pickup truck is to transport fruits and books from city A to city B. For this, first let me take books. The process is the books are first put in a box. The box is then loaded onto the pickup truck. Then I will label the pickup truck with the label books. And then the pickup truck is dispatched towards the destination city. When it reaches its destination, the label on the pickup truck is again checked. It says books. That gives me a clue that the box that the pickup truck is carrying belongs to the book section, and hence I pass the box from the pickup truck to the book section. And then finally the books are delivered to the book section. Similarly, if I have to transport the fruits, the process repeats in this identical manner. The fruits are put in a box. The box is loaded on the pickup truck. This time on the pickup truck, I put the label as fruits. The pickup truck is then dispatched at the destination. The label is again checked. It tells me fruits. That gives me the clue that the box that the pickup truck has carried or transported contains fruits. And the box has to be passed on to the fruit section. And that is how the box is put into the fruit section and fruits are delivered. By this demonstration, I can say that using the single same pickup truck, I have successfully delivered fruits from the fruit section in city A to city B and books from the book section from city A to city B. This was only possible because I used the correct label on the pickup truck. Now let me do a comparison between the pickup truck and Ethernet frame. Both the pickup truck and the Ethernet frame have the concept of source and destination. In the Ethernet frame, we have SMAC and DMAC. The box was loaded into the loading area of the pickup truck. The packet from the upper or layer 3 protocol is put into the data field of the Ethernet frame. In the pickup truck, I used a label. Similarly, in the Ethernet frame, we have the concept of type field. In the label of the pickup truck, I use words like books and fruits. The type field works a little differently. Here we do not put the name of the protocol. Instead, we put the code associated with that protocol. So here are the characteristics of the type field. The type field, as you can see, is put between SMAC and data field. The length of the type field is 2 bytes. And with 2 bytes, we get 4 hexadecimal characters. That also means that the type field is represented in hexadecimal characters. And the code assigned for IP is, or code assigned for IP version 4 protocol, to be more specific, is hexadecimal 0800. And similarly, the code assigned to our protocol is hexadecimal 0806. In the previous lesson, I had mentioned about PDUs and the protocol associated with the particular layer. Here we are talking about layer 3 and the protocols related to layer 3 are IP and ARP. And if ARP protocol sends down a packet to the data link layer, this is how it would look. And if IP protocol sends down the packet, this is how it would appear. So, as you can see, the type field for the ARP protocol has been populated as 0806, and for the IP protocol has been put to 0800. Now, if I have to take this further and walk the packet from source to the destination, that is from the transmitting side to the receiving side, this is how the workflow would look like. On the network layer, we have both the protocols ARP and IP, and the network layer, first the packet is created and the packet is passed down to the data link layer. The data link layer receives it and then the frame is created. When we talk about creation of the frame, the IP packet, the packet received from the layer 3 is put into the data field, and then after that we associate or put a type field. In this case, it is going to have a value 0800 because data link layer is aware that the packet from the layer 3 came from the IP protocol. Next, we add the SMAC and DMAC fields. Now the frame is ready to be put down or pushed down towards the physical layer. Here, the physical layer receives it and converts it into bits. Next, it will transmit the bits across the physical medium. Let's move on to the receiving side. At the receiving side, the physical layer is going to convert the received bits into frame and push the frame to the data link layer. The data link layer will receive the frame and process it. As part of processing, it will check whether the DMAC matches its own MAC address. And if it matches, it will accept it. Next, we will check the value of the type field, and that gives us a clue that the packet that is inside the data field belongs to IP protocol and network layer, and that is why the packet is passed onto the network layer protocol IP. And that is where it receives it and processes the packet. Now, let me do the same for the ARP packet. So at the network layer, a packet is created and handed over to the data link layer. The data link layer will put the packet in the data field and put the type field associated with ARP, which is 0806. It puts the SMAC and DMAC and passes the frame to the physical layer. Physical layer converts the frame to bits. On the receiving side, the opposite workflow happens. The physical layer converts the bits into frame, pushes to the data link layer where it processes and checks the DMAC, and then next checks the value of the type field. Type field had the value of 0806. That gave the clue to the data link layer that the packet included in the data field belongs to ARP protocol in the network layer, and hence it passed it to the ARP protocol in network layer. That is pretty much it. Pretty simple. Okay. Summary points for this lesson. The type field tells us which layer 3 protocol's packet is the Ethernet frame encapsulating and transporting. The type field is added on the transmitting side by the data link layer, and it is removed by the data link layer on the receiving side. Added during encapsulation, removed during decapsulation. The size or the length of the type field is 2 bytes. With 2 bytes, we get 4 hexadecimal characters. And the important values to remember or memorize are for IP protocol and ARP protocol. For IP, it is hexadecimal 0800. For ARP, it is hexadecimal 0806.